beer. It's almost time to have the baby. It doesn't matter if I have a beer.
What?
She's already done growing. Guys, I'm off parole. And look, Ken even asked me to marry him. Isn't he sweet? No, we didn't have in vitro. We just said, fuck it. Who cares if the baby's got the microdeletion? If he does, then him and I can share an experience. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's going to be a boy or a girl, but more fame and fortune. You know what I'm saying? Ken, where's that beer? Hi, how are you guys? Welcome to, or welcome back to my video. It's me, you know, your bitch, baby girl. I just want to say one thing before we start going full head on here. That, your bitch is hot. It's fucking hot in here. And I can't take off all my clothes. So, if you don't like people with tattoos and fat arms, then I suggest you go find another video about the bitch. Because, I'm hot. And I'm sorry. Okay? It's my house. It's my video. It's my channel. Okay? I can do some things that I want. I'm always doing things for you guys. It's always about you guys. Okay? What about me? Just, whatever. This is my video, bitch. Ooh, ooh. We're gonna save the member of the video till the end. I know. You're pissed. But you gotta wait. Okay? You gotta watch the video to see. And also, my 5 featured subscribers are gonna be at the end too. That's just the way it is. I'm so sorry. If you would like to be a member of the video and have your name on either a cactus or a pickle with a mustache, you become a member. It's $1.99, and you get this, and you get a shout out. You could be a member of the video. It's a blasty blast. We're gonna do members lives once a week. This video is actually though about Gypsy Rose's stupid ass. There's a lot going on in the Gypverse lately. Okay, I'm gonna have to make a couple videos about it because it'll just be too much for one, and you'll be overwhelmed. I've been overwhelmed researching. Okay, I'm my own researcher. I'm my own. I do everything, editing, all of it, the whole nine. All right, so my mental health is a little bit messed up from it. Okay, I got overwhelmed. I was crying in my bed. Okay, I lost my shit. Interesting. Anyways, I wanted to touch on that subject about when, you know, Gypsy Rose posted that lovely email between Nick and Dawn. Supposedly this Dawn person was on Morbid's panel. Yeah, so there's a lot going on with that. There's a lot going on with that because of the fact that Dawn lady, I guess she was like talking to Nick before Fancy got involved with it or anything like that, right? And it was supposedly just that she wanted a friend. She didn't have anybody, yada, yada, yada. That's fine. And so she wrote to him, which is fine. But then Fancy's even talking about a lot of the creative bullies within the Gypverse that are, you know, very, very evil-minded towards one another, and frankly, there's just no need for that. There's no reason for it. We're all here for the same shit. We want to see the bitch go down. So why are we attacking each other again? I don't get it. You know, you've all come at Fancy really hard. I've even had people come at me, and you know what? It is what it is. I won't feed into it. I'm not going to feed into no kind of drama. I'm not. You want to fight amongst yourselves in my comments, so whatever. Good. Have fun. Okay? But if you think for 1 second anything that you say about me is going to hurt my feelings. I was abused for years on end. Okay? I've heard it all. Now, there's speculation that allegedly some of these emails are fake. And like even Fancy, I guess, was looking at some of the emails that they're believed to be fake.
Hey guys, it's Fancy, and you're watching the Good Wives Network. And I was just on a live with Jen, Prison Princess, and Nadatha, and Mac, and Tammy, and a couple others. We did some really good work today. I have always thought that these emails that were given to me by Dawn Boker were real. I was even telling everybody today, I was verifying, nope, that looks exactly like the one I have. That's it. So they began explaining to me that it wasn't the right format. And I said, okay, well, maybe, I mean, is it a screen grab instead of like a printed one? Or could one be on a phone and not, whatever? And so they said, no, you're not understanding, Fancy. First, it's not how they look, but there's been altered since then. Look at the top line. So I looked at the top line of the one on 6/12/2019 at 11:43:03. That is altered from my copy. And it begins with, do you really want to go around with me? Something like that. I just wrote pieces of it because I'm not going to share them like this. That one is altered. If you look at the top line there where it says the 6/12/2019, 11:43:03, it looks to appear to be whited out. It's not the same as the blur that is underneath trying to make sure that you don't see the bad words. But anyway, so next, the other one was 6/12/2019. That one was at 12:43:56. And again, that same line is altered. And in this one, he tells her that he is already regretting the fact that she had to meet Nikolai, or that he came out. Okay? Altered. 6/14/2019 at 1:11:19 p.m. It starts off with, "Hi, my love." So that one is not altered from my copy. The other two, I wrote them down so you could see them. These are altered from my copy, okay? This is not altered. So the two that made him look very explosive and hated and everything, yes, those two have been altered from my copy. Now, my copy does not match the other copies of other people's things that they have written Nick. I have other people who wrote Nick, and those ones are correctly formatted, but the ones from Dawn are not. And the difference in what they were telling me and showing me, these girls walked me through it, and we went all around. I went through Natasha's. By the way, no, hers aren't real either. I went through Natasha's. I went through all different ones with them, and we compared them. Every single one of them that is true has a logo in a certain specific spot, and every one of them that isn't true has a logo in a different spot. And it's not that, oh, well, they did that. No, the logo is the key. Where the logo is placed or not placed, for instance, it's not showing on a page 2, but in reality, the ones that do have page 2, they still have the logo. It's all about the logo. Now, I don't have any idea why they would have altered the little line that they did right there. I don't understand, because I mean, they're already faked. So, allegedly, in my opinion, for entertainment and educational purposes only. But I mean, evidence is evidence, right? So, and if I'm wrong, I mean, I'll admit it, but this is very suspicious. These are not real. I do not believe they are real. I believe that there is something much deeper going on, and I am looking into it at the moment. Jen and I and Prison Princess and all of them are working. We're working to try to figure out what to do, because this is not okay. This is not okay. And for those of you that ever said that I asked her to do that I sent her in there, you can go bite yourself. Okay? Okay. Like Gypsy says, right? I have never done anything to intentionally hurt Nicholas Godejohn in my life. Did I say some things that I shouldn't have said in a private group, in a private freaking chat, actually, with people that I thought I could trust, because I saw something really disgusting in those emails, and nobody would give me the truth about anything else because of those emails, because of Dawn and Natasha and all the shit that went on? That's why I didn't know what was going on. I'm really angry. I'm still waiting for a confirmation from Nick for this, but this, I want to know if these are real or not. I want to know. This is not okay. If you have done this, wow, what a way to start. What a way to start your freedom, huh? Okay. Well, we will be back tonight. I'm going to join Prison Princess at 6 p.m. tonight, and while she reads her, she's going to read the book that Alice Down the Rabbit Hole did. I've heard part of it, and it was really good. It seemed like it was very basic on one thing, and that was about hiring Nicholas to do this schmurder. And so I'm really interested. I only got part of the way through listening to Sweet as Honey, and I fell asleep because it was like 3 a.m. But I think it was. Anyway, but yeah. So I'm going to go be over there. And then tonight at 9 o'clock, I'll probably join Jen on the live over there again. You'll be, so guys, this is something that it hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm not even sure I've processed it all yet. This is, Jesus, if this is true, oh God, oh man, I don't know. Have a good one from the Good Wives. Serving up true crime, one dish at a time. Bye, guys.
They are going through, and like Natasha, Fancy, and Tammy and all of them are going to go through these emails and really go through them with a fine-tooth comb to try to figure out which ones are fake and which ones are real.
Nick is a monster. Since Gypsy Rose released those emails the other day when she wrote that horrible message on Instagram and TikTok that is still posted to this very day about taking accountability and that Nick is a monster and this, that, and the other, I was just watching TikTok and I came across a few different TikToks actually, but mainly Fancy. And I know a lot of people have their opinions about her, but she has some good evidence. She really does. Anyways, she was telling TikTok, the video, she was saying that her and a couple other ladies were comparing emails from the jail where Nick is at and the emails that Gypsy showed on TikTok the other day looked different in comparison to everybody else's emails, which would mean she altered them or someone altered them. Made it look like possibly Nick wrote some horrible things. I don't know if this is factual. She did say that she is looking into it more, but I would not put that past Gypsy Rose whatsoever. Now, Bree and Gypsy want to throw Fancy under the bus so bad and say that Fancy was the one that sent Dawn to do the messaging back and forth with Nick. But Dawn came to her, actually, and handed over those emails, which is kind of sus, because I don't really know the details of it. I really don't. But it just seems sus to me. Because if Dawn was in on it with Bree and Gypsy on all this, it's a lot deeper than we think or know. They could have possibly altered them emails to make them look very much real. But if you know anything about the prison system, you would know, because I know, that you cannot write things like that. Especially on JPay. That's what that service was that he was using from that prison. It's called JPay. They get on like a tablet or a computer, monitor, whatever, and they email back and forth to family and friends. And either they or the family and friend can pay for it. I know from experience. I've been to prison. My ex has been to prison. I know a lot about it. Specifically JPay, because where I was at for a long time, that's what we had. But they filter and go through those. You can't write stuff like that at all. You will get in trouble. So it just really makes me question if those were even real. If they weren't, and Gypsy Rose had something to do with that, which I'm sure she did, that is beyond low. If you don't know what email I'm talking about, go back and watch Gypsy's, it's on my page, but the post where she posted the day she got off parole. She waited so long to write that video and post it about accountability and Nicholas being a horrible person, this, that, and the other, and whatever. Do I think, honestly, in my opinion, did she do that? Absolutely. I honestly 100% do, but I can't prove it. I don't know. I'll keep y'all updated. Like I said, I watched Fancy's video and she did say that they were going to look into it more. But I mean, I can just go off, just telling you off my word and experience that using JPay, like I said, they go through them emails. You can't write stuff like that because what he wrote was, or what he supposedly wrote, you can't write that and not get in trouble. It don't make sense. So something is really weird about that. Anyway, just a thought. What do y'all think? Because nothing would surprise me these days with her. She obviously waited a really long time to post that, all that about him. And it was just a horrible thing to do on the day you got off parole. Like, girl, you are obviously so bothered. Obviously, you've been keeping up with him. And obviously, you watched that video about his court hearings and all that. How did you know that if you weren't keeping up with him? Anyway, y'all have a good night. I'm about to go home. I just finished eating my Taco Bell. Ugh. But anyway, have a good night.
I don't mind Fancy. She's not out here to harm anybody. She's not bothering me. She brings out a lot of good facts and information. So I have no reason to hate on her. In fact, her and I are a lot alike if you think about it, because I'm not here for the clout, okay?
Hey guys, it's Fancy, and you're watching the Good Wives Network, and well, I was heading to bed, and then somebody freaking began to get in my inbox and upset me, so here I am. I finally saw the entire post that Gypsy made today, and I am absolutely disgusted. I cannot believe that she used any of that. I can't believe she said any of that. I can't believe she tried to lay it on Nick one more time and blame her mother and all of that. Why could today not just be about you, baby girl, and you going out there and starting your new life instead of trying to destroy the ones that you already destroyed already? But herein lies the rub. See, you guys have tried to convince everybody that I was the one that picked on to go in and do all of this, right? That's me, right? Even though I had nothing to do with her when she first started messaging him and was against her when she was putting him on blast and getting him in trouble for playing his phone call live on Facebook when he had no permission to do so. You threw him in the hole for that. Okay, but if you will recall, back in the day, Miss Dawn, you had MJ Pack and Victoria Lyell write a letter that was posted in Michelle's freaking group talking about how I forced you to say that Nicholas was abusive. I forced you to say that he was doing those things to you. I made you do all of this. And yet here you are today after going on Morbid's thing and giving a statement of some sort, now you're here today, and with your permission, you are allowing Gypsy to share these emails because, you know, she needs to show what a horrible, awful person he is. You, ma'am, are the horrible, awful person, and I am no more sure today, there is no doubt in my mind that this was something that you, Natasha, Christy, and Gypsy all cooked up, because I've got all the receipts of what went down during that period of time. I just haven't dropped them yet, because I ain't to you yet. Don't worry. Every single one of you has ever done anything or had a part in any of this will be exposed. That's it. And will it expose me for some bad decisions and things? Maybe. But I sure as shit didn't murder anybody, and I never set out to hurt anybody intentionally. And I'm tired of you all thinking and saying that when you're the ones that are rotten people. You're the ones with the morally bankrupt lives. You're the ones that sit on lives and make fun of people and make fun of domestic violence and make fun of mental health. Not me. Not Mac. Not Jen. No, not Naomi. No, you. And for Dawn to raise her ugly head because, you know, last year she tried to pretend that, you know, I threatened her. No, what I said, ma'am, was you keep on, Dawn, and I'll just make sure I drop every freaking text message and all the information I have on all the scams you've pulled, on all the things you tried to say, the horrible shit you said about your mom, your brother, all of that. Accusing me of actually contacting them when I didn't. Yeah, all of that will actually be put out. The money that you scammed from all of our team and our friends. That's what I said. I wasn't threatening you. I was promising you. If you did not tell the truth about what really happened, I was going to make sure that you would be exposed. So here we are, baby girl. You said you wanted to actually not be involved anymore to me, that you've cleaned up your life and you're doing so well. Then what the fuck are you doing out here with these people? You know, I really had high hopes for you. I believed in you. I thought that you were someone who was handed a shit piece of thing in life and that you were trying to do something better with your life. And I saw passion and I saw some sort of spark in you. And I wanted to help you. All I ever wanted to do for any of you was help you. And yet every single one of you have come through my door and left, have done nothing but be assholes. I didn't have to invite you to my table. But you sure as hell ate at it for long enough, didn't you? This is disgusting. I'm going to show you the video now. And I'm appalled. I will not say anything during it. And I will have a lot to say tomorrow when I figure out where I'm going to talk about this, because I am beyond angry. This girl knows no limits, and neither do her freaking friends. They're dangerous, and someone's going to get hurt.
I love it. I love you guys. I love having a community. But I got on here originally to be helpful to others and to also spread everything I could about Gypsy Rose, because the bitch needs to be back in prison. I don't care what anybody fucking says.
Let's go to John filing to overturn his conviction. Maybe has Gypsy Rose worried. This is courtesy of Becca Scoops. Love you, girl. Someone filed to get Nicholas Godejohn's FOIAs. And Jim Arnott, the sheriff, who said Gypsy Rose was a con artist and a scammer, in a response back saying, we cannot give you Nicholas Godejohn's FOIAs. He has filed to vacate his conviction. He wants a new trial, baby. Gypsy Rose posting part of Nicholas Godejohn's FOIA just further proves she will do anything to keep that man in prison. Gypsy Rose does not want Nicholas out on these streets talking, because Nicholas will be able to give everybody the lowdown on who the fuck Gypsy Rose really is. While she is free and he is locked up, Gypsy Rose can control the narrative that, oh, I'm a victim. I couldn't get away. I made those videos because he made me. Even though she was in Missouri and he was in fucking Wisconsin. The fuck? Gypsy Rose, if I didn't know better, you sweating it, baby. You are worried that Nicholas may get that new trial and your ass to be back on that fucking stand. You would not be messing around with any of his little piddly attorneys who didn't bring forth all that fucking evidence. And that's going to put you in an odd spot, because it's going to out your whole fucking story, and I cannot wait. Karma is a motherfucker, girl. If you thought you were gonna hit these streets, lie to us in documentaries, books, interviews, and just get away with it, you're sadly fucking mistaken. We have been trying to out your ass the whole time and show all your damn inconsistencies. Wouldn't it be fitting if Nicholas Godejohn got a brand new trial and your ass had to hit that motherfucking stand again, girl? This time, hit the stand with attorneys who are actually going to ask you the shit that matters. I hope he gets a new trial. Not because I want you to get time. Your time's done. But because I want you to have to tell the fucking truth about the things you said and did willingly. You have to take the responsibility without being able to say, my mom made me, Nick made me. Can't fucking wait. Fingers crossed he gets a new trial.
There's so much going on with all this that even on Bree's panel, they are attacking at Fancy and even bringing out her public information, like her background, things like that, which is totally stupid. God damn, stop. I think the emails go through JPay, if I'm not mistaken. Those are gone through very, very particularly. Okay? None of that would have been able to get through to him, or vice versa. And Fancy wanted to basically take Nick down by using Dawn, is what they're speculating on the Gypsy side, right? Or not speculating, or trying to say is true, right? But in actual reality, now then, with the fake ones coming out that they're looking for, they're like, no, we really honestly think that it's been you trying to use Dawn, Gypsy, and Christy to try to take Nick down. Leave the man alone. He's already sitting in prison where you should be, bitch. The fuck? And Fancy didn't know about Dawn until Dawn had already been messaging him. So how in the world? She was there to try to help Dawn. That's what she was doing. How dare you try to act like you're some kind of domestic violence fucking advocate now? I am a domestic violence survivor. I went through years of physical and mental abuse on a daily fucking basis. You will not stand a chance. You have been the fucking harmful one in every goddamn situation in your life that you claim to be a victim of.
Do you just try different hats on of things to advocate for? Now we're advocating for domestic violence. And as a domestic violence survivor, shut the hell up. There have been a lot of things you've done, Gypsy, that we've let you get by with. You say you've been medically schmushed, your mama schmushed you, whatever. But don't you stand there and try to flip the script and make it seem like he abused you. You manipulated him for 2 years. Sent him videos specifically of what he was supposed to do with the jabbing motion. You were into BDSM and introduced him to BDSM. You and your ex-boyfriend went down that rabbit hole together. And to understand somebody with autism, when he says in that clip, which I took out by the way, but when he says that it was already inside of him and it had been meaning to come out for a long time, that means he was angry, dude. He didn't have a good childhood either. But all the rest of the crazy crap, you did. You introduced him to that. There are court documents that prove that you were the aggressor. You are the schmuser. And how dare you literally gaslight and schmuse somebody right in front of our very eyes and cry wolf and act like you're an advocate for domestic abuse survivors. You're a sick individual. This whole video made me sick. And doesn't it go both ways for you to sit there and say he knew right from wrong? Well, didn't you know right from wrong? He wouldn't even be in this situation had you not asked him to be. By the way, blaming somebody else for why you did what you did and saying, because I went to prison, therefore that's me taking accountability. No, it's not. Do you know how many people go to prison and get released and do the exact same stuff they were doing before? I've been 5 times. Super great though that you had a parole officer that didn't send you back for all the stupid, crazy stuff you did. Going to prison does not mean that that's your accountability. Accountability and how you grow as a person is by admitting what you've done wrong in the part that you've played without blaming other people. And you can't do that. You're so sorry to the Petrie family, but yet you sit there and demonize their family member all the time. What about Nicholas Godejohn's family? You are a piece of freaking work. You domestic abuse violence survivor. Give me a freaking break.
You blame everything on everybody else all the fucking time. It's always everybody else's fault on everything. And now you want to be an advocate for domestic violence. You wouldn't know real abuse. Look in the mirror, look into your own eyes, and repent for all of the lies, the manipulation, the fact that you killed someone. This is something that really fucking happened. And I'm not fucking downplaying it by fucking up these words. You murdered someone. So repent. You do nothing but point the finger at everybody else when you literally planned this as an adult for years to unalive your mother. This was not something that just happened. It wasn't because of an argument. Not that that's any better. I'm just saying, you are not a victim. Like I said, you caused all of this, and I'm going to do everything within my power to help expose you for everything, Gypsy Rose. Oh, and then Gypsy Rose, calling out creators at the end of that cyberbullying video, but you didn't call my name. My new princess dress. All I need is my prince to whisk me away. That's a clown outfit. Why are you wearing a clown outfit? It's not a clown outfit. It's my princess dress. I am a princess. No, I started a little bit later. But anyways, still. I've been talking shit about you since you got out, almost. Bitch is just never gonna be accountable at all. You know, also, Gypsy's trying to paint this picture that because we don't support her, that we support a very sick man. Gypsy Rose, you manipulated that same man to commit a crime for you and make him feel like he was going to be a hero for it. Yet you were going to leave him hanging in the dust to go to prison for the rest of his life, and you were thinking that you were going to head off with Dan. Everything that you do is planned meticulously. Those emails, some of them are fake, that they're emails that you used to try to throw Nick under the bus by using Dawn to do so. She gives some interesting facts, but she does say that we don't support Nick. I mean, I have to say that I feel for Nick. It's not so much that I think that Nick should be out on the streets. You know, he does have some problems and he really needs to stay where he is if he's that easily manipulated.
Christy sends it to us. And it's Dawn saying, "Hi, Christy, this is Dawn. I don't know if you remember me or not.
I need to talk to you about a person trying to say that you guys made me talk to Nick, you and Gypsy. Is there any way you can call? Can tell Gypsy to email or message me. She can also hit me up on Snap so she knows that she can erase her text. I would never invade her privacy. I have those emails that will make Gypsy look good." That clip is from a Becca Scoops video from 4 months ago. Gypsy has had those emails and has been waiting till she got off at fucking parole to release them. She ain't supposed to be out here in these streets talking to people who have any association with Nick. Here's the thing, Dawn was basically trying to sell those emails or get paid for them in some kind of way. I wouldn't be surprised if Gypsy and her stepmama paid for this, and Ken too. All Gypsy Rose is doing is using those emails to further push the narrative that Nick made her do things she didn't want to do. She's a victim of his, a survivor. Girl, be so fucking for real. You and Dawn are the ones who contacted Nick first. And Dawn knew what she was doing, instigating shit with him to get him to say crazy shit. The fact you're out here acting like y'all weren't trying to set that man up and ruin any chance he had at an appeal, come on now. He's the victim. Y'all's victim. And Dawn emailed you and told you about the things Nick was saying in the emails. That's Ken's text message right there. Talk about Nick and how he targets vulnerable women with a traumatic past. How the fuck was he targeting any woman when he's in prison? Gypsy Rose is the perpetual victim. In any circumstance, she is the victim, and that's the way she likes to be seen. She's the one that shows a fucking pattern of constantly manipulating people. She lies to the public like we're fucking idiots, blaming things on Nick. He manipulates these women under the guise of loyalty and love. Well, that's exactly what you did to him. What are you talking about? I'm so glad that she's off parole. I cannot wait for her whole fucking mask to come off, because it's already going. Her family's already talking. She's drunk on live last night with a boob hanging out, acting like she don't notice. Just a matter of time, Gypsy Rose. But hey, this is all legend, came purpose only, my opinion. And the rest, well, Gypsy got that shit from y'all.
Or maybe in a facility where he could be getting the mental health support that he so desperately needs. I don't know what he's getting there in prison, but I'm just hoping that he's getting the care that he deserves.
Christy and Gypsy called the police, and I'm going to show you that clip here and who they were calling about.
House. Sheriff's office? Yes, I was calling to see if I could have a deputy come to my home. Well, there's this girl that came right in front of the house, recorded the house, and called us out to go and fight her.
Her TikTok name is Ivory Rose Grows Louder too, and she apparently was always had the tea in the bayou and this, that, and the other. Well, look who Gypsy posted on her page today. If you look right there next to Ken on the opposite side of Gypsy, look who it is, Miss Ivory Rose herself. So if you don't know the story, she gets on TikTok, or used to, and she would talk about the tea in the bayou, and she always had these great connections because she knew the Blanchards and knew Dee Dee and this, that, and the other, and she had secret connections that we didn't know about, and she lived right around the corner from Gypsy and Christy, and would always come in here and say stuff. And come to find out, I don't really know, I can't verify this, but was it a informant, basically? Like, was she an informant for the Blanchards? Was she working with Lifetime? Look who else posted her. Sheena even posted her and says, what? Did I pick up a new bestie? Had so much fun and not in the French Quarter. Okay. It just goes to show that you have to be very careful whenever you are a content creator, especially when you're dishing out tea about Gypsy Rose or other individuals in general. You can't trust everybody. You cannot believe everybody's word, because everybody or anybody can get on here and say anything that they want. Now, I always try to verify what I'm saying. If I make a mistake, I usually will either write it in the comments, my bad, I didn't realize that, or I will come back and make another video. But just doing what Ivory Rose did as far as reaching as far as getting people's money, because she supposedly got pulled over because she was like being set up by the police after the bookstore. If you watched the episode, you know, because she got on here and talked about it afterwards, and people literally donated money to her. And I don't know if that money was ever paid back. I can't, I don't know. I have no idea. So if somebody does know that, write it in the comments. But if not, that's really messed up. And Ivory, you should be ashamed of yourself, and Lifetime as well, because now we know, I've always known, but it just goes to show you that Lifetime is a dramatized TV series. That's all it was. Gypsy show was not real. None of it was real, which makes me really question, I always have questioned a lot of what we have seen on that show. It's almost as if, is the baby even real? Like, are her and Ken even real? Literally, like, I'm not joking. Like, think about it, y'all. There's money involved. People are greedy. Anyways, just wanted to share that with y'all because that's wild.
If you want to watch it, you can go to her channel and check it out. Oh, Gypsy is very sick in the head. You never know what the fuck she's going to do. So anyway, guys, this video is another fucking smorgasbord mess of bullshit with the Gypsy Rose. Do you know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout. I'm having some more videos coming out. So remember, become a member. Remember, become a member. It's $1.99. You can have your name shouted out at the end of the video. In fact, today's member of the video, bitch, is Erin Lee, bitch. She's a member of the video, bitch. I put you on the cactus. Because, you know, it's summertime, it's hot, you know what I mean? The pickle is sweating. You know, you don't want to be sweating. You want to be enjoying the weather. You know, it's just disgusting to hear what Gypsy posted, for one. And then for two, you know, the emails and just how sick and vile the emails even are. But then hearing that there's a chance that they could all be fake and that somebody could be fabricating this shit to take Nick down. It's just really fucking awful, you know? It's something that doesn't need to happen. But I also want to give a shout out to our 5 featured subscribers. You know what I'm saying? There's Moxie, Rabbit Lover, Q, MK Slay, and something. I don't know what that is. But I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever, whenever you're watching this. I love you. Well, now.